Hello. Welcome back to another Elevated Marketing podcast. My name is Jennifer Denny.
And I'm Brenna Jackson. Hello, hello.
And on this show, we like to talk about complicated digital marketing topics that help your business grow. Correction, it's marketing topics. It's no longer digital, it's all one. And this topic came from attending a networking event where I heard about somebody saying, that they had built their entire business on networking without a drop of marketing. And in my head, I was like, full stop. Everything anybody says when they're out, no matter where they're at, online, offline, is marketing. Like, there is no delineation between like online or offline. And like, I'm just going to rant that you have to have both and you need both. And we need to stop this conversation of like, well, I just need to go all online or I need to just go all offline. It's not a great conversation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the root of that is brand awareness, brand consistency, brand identity. And so what we hope that drives is some form of word of mouth, whether that's online or offline. We want to be talked about. We want to be part of the conversation. And so, like you're saying, in return, that is marketing. And you have marketed in order to be part of that conversation.
Yeah. And well, we might hear things like, do I still need to do offline marketing? We're already running digital ads. And I think that's like absolutely a fair question. But the internet makes it seem like success is just like all about well-targeted Facebook ads or SEO boosts away. But growth really feels flat despite the fact that you're doing marketing. You're not alone. You're not crazy. The reality is there's like they're not two separate strategies. They're parts of the same machine, and businesses grow today are the ones that know how to like sync the two together.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, obviously, like everything on the internet does, it's gonna take off. It's gonna seem like it takes off more online because we're all in the same place. We're not all going to be at the same event, or we're not all going to be wherever it is in person or offline. But I mean, yeah.
I'm just gonna end the conversation. Is offline still relevant? Yes.
Yes.
More than ever. It's your networking events, community sponsorships, referrals, face-to-face conversations. It's definitely not dead. It's evolved. Brands that show up online and in the real world are the ones that are going to foster and grow faster and have more close relationships consistently. It's the way to go.
Yeah. Well, and people are kind of seeking that human interaction now. We're kind of all tired of only seeing things online and mindlessly scrolling or whatever it may be. And so, I mean, having both, though, it's again still just going to boost that brand awareness.
Yeah. I mean, offline efforts matter. They open the door, but online is what keeps the door from closing before anyone ever steps through it. Like those are words to live by. Other things I think that come into this conversation, like, why isn't my marketing even working? Though I'm online, anybody can start something online. And not anybody, let me rephrase that. You can get a website and you might be like running some Google ads, but they don't know who you are. They're not sure if you're real anymore. They don't trust you. And so even online, like, you need those kind of, factors that validate who you are. It's just, you got to have a mixture of both. You got to build your presence, and it's not just digitally.
Yeah, I agree with that. And maybe there are some cases where I don't know, maybe it's not only just an event, but maybe there's phone calls that are happening. Maybe there's some sort of conversation that's happening that's not just through a Facebook post or an email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're completely online, let's just say like you're a private healthcare provider and you've got a clean, modern website, you've got a nice social media presence, you're investing in some ads, but you're not at the local chamber, you're not at the community events, your front office desk isn't trained to collect reviews or referrals. This disconnects and limits your growth, even though you're technically online, you're not marrying the world of offline and online.
Mhm. Yep, yep, and sometimes it really is just meeting people where they're at, and I don't mean, like, stalking them. I mean, your audience, they're going to be many different places, and I know for us, we've got clients who maybe we have demographics that aren't chronically online, and so it's finding a way to meet them, and offline is the answer.
Yeah. Offline builds trust, online builds reach. When you're offline, you're usually having one on one conversations, but online, you can have conversations with millions of people if you're good enough. You can have conversations with 10, 20, 30 people,
Yeah.
even if you're just barely kind of getting out there, but 10, 20, 30 people is better than maybe that just one conversation you have. It, like, makes it work together.
Yeah, and it's really about nurturing those 20 or 30 people too, and I think outside of, like, other efforts, there's maybe email marketing that is online, and it could play a little bit of a bigger role in terms of nurturing that smaller group of people, but again, like you're saying, still showing up in person, that's where that trust is being built, and they're not just being reached.
Yeah. So, like, we get this question too, like, what's the best mix? Like, is it 50-50? I think that you can't answer that question. Like, so straightforward. It depends on your audience. It depends on, like, some of our clients, 80% of new business starts with offline. And then, we're just amplifying that with their online presence. Like great landing pages, branded follow-up emails, Google review strategy, content that answers common buyer objections, videos that shows their face, explains their process, but then other clients, we lead completely with digital and it's ads and SEO and social. And it really depends what your audience is. And so it's not really a straightforward kind of answer of, um, it's just never one or the other. It's either or, it's both and.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think maybe some people find it more difficult to reach that offline audience, and, it's definitely we're always going to advocate for finding events and maybe it's networking that is within that realm, and that's really where you can kinda get your foot in the door is when you open up that conversation, that's not just online.
So make them support each other. Uh, Repurpose offline moments to online. So someone spoke at a local event, turn that into a blog post, a short form video, a newsletter, an ad. Um, what are other things you think of?
Yeah, I think about too, you can marry the 2. Say you're at a networking event and you've got a booth, or maybe you're sponsoring an event and you have a booth. Um, we love QR codes. Let's take one of those, and that can kinda help marry that offline and online presence.
Yeah.
Maybe you're driving maybe an email list through that, but that's still a way to get connected.
Yep. Yep. The reviews to referral campaigns, like offline word of mouth plus online review visibility is like one of the most like effective combos that you can do. If you don't have people talking about your business, then you've got a problem with your business.
Yes. There's also maybe putting a face to the name too, and where you can really start with that is some of these shorter form videos, and you're speaking to your audience. You are your face, you are on camera. And I know you have this happen to you often. It's when you get to these in-person events, people are like, "Oh, I just saw you on Facebook the other day." And now you have some sort of common ground to open up a bigger conversation.
Yeah. I think my final takeaway is it's not digital marketing anymore. It's just marketing. We need to stop splitting the hairs. The question isn't whether you need to be online or offline. The real question is, are you showing up consistently and strategically across both? Full stop.
Mhm. That's where I would say my
All right. Well, if you enjoyed today's show, certainly follow me on LinkedIn. My name is Jennifer Denny, and you can also go to our website at elevatedmarketing.solutions. We do have a newsletter there, and we have lots of different other resources there as well. All right, everyone, take care. Bye bye now.